Hello everyone, it's Teddy, probably better known as JamesKisau on MTGO, coming back for another donation bonus league. This one is sent in by MRSJ, who is a patron at the Mind Sculptor tier, the highest tier on the Patreon. And MRSJ likes to use the coaching sessions in pretty creative ways. Like one time we designed a sideboard guide for Grixis control, which is always difficult to do because everyone's list is a little different. My list changes almost every day, I feel like, and nailing down a sideboard guide is really difficult because it also can help kind of stymie innovation, and maybe we're not really looking to be locked in on a certain matchup a certain way. So, things always change. I'm always trying to learn more about Magic because it's a game of almost infinite possibilities. And this month, they wanted to do a deep dive on this list, so I wanted to do a donation bonus league for that reason. And the list they sent in is pretty sweet. We got Magus of the Moon, which, if you're not familiar with it, is cost the same as Blood Moon and does the same thing as Blood Moon, but it's also a 2/2 creature. So you can put the clock on. It has great synergy with Kolaghan's command. It's a card that Grixis Control I don't think has ever experimented with before, but it's certainly worth trying, especially with how few lightning bolts are in the meta right now. And we also have Dauthi Voidwalker instead of Cling to Dust, which is also super interesting. I think recently I talked about how important it is to close the game right now, and Cling doesn't really close the game. It can certainly outgrind your opponent and get to a state where you win with an inevitability, but I mean, Dauthi Voidwalker is great at ending the game. For black, it has 3 power, which is a lot, and also shadow, so it's effectively unblockable except by other Dauthi Voidwalkers. But it also has this Leyline of the Void type effect where if a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you exile it and it gets a void counter. And then if a good enough card gets exiled with Dauthi Voidwalker and you don't want to attack anymore, you can tap, sacrifice it, and cast any of those cards with void counters on it without paying their mana cost. So pretty crazy, we could like cast Voidwalker, Thought Seize an opponent's Emrakul for playing against Show and Tell or freaking Post or whatever. And yeah, got an Emrakul for that. Doesn't happen very often, but it is something that this card can do. We also have Mainboard Consign, just like a very interesting list. You also might notice it is a 61 card list. A lot of the theory people will get upset about running 61 card decks, but it's largely kind of unproven territory. It's hard to say how much exactly you lose out. I mean, I always play 60 cards myself just for peace of mind, but this is a donation list and I will play whatever I get sent. So yeah, there's also a second Magus in the sideboard, and Blood Moon is very strong right now. There's no doubt that Eldrazi and a lot of other decks that are using insane lands are near the top of the meta. So yeah, excited to give this a shot. Let's hop in there. Let's get this league underway. Won the die roll off the bat. Pretty sweet. And this hand could be in my deck too, so I'm going to keep it. Pretty comfortable with it. And also, a little bit of benefit to running a 61 card deck is people might actually read us for Oops All Spells. That is kind of something cheeky. I'm not sure how much it will actually give us percentage points, but it's something. I mean, people will start getting suspicious when I keep 7 all the time, though. Yeah, it's not Oops All Spells. Sorry to disappoint. Basic Plains into Aether Vial? That's interesting. Go ahead and Surveil. I'll keep a Brainstorm. I want to see what we're up against. Is it like Esper Vial? Is it Death and Taxes without Yorion? We'll find out. They have a Wasteland. So they can't violin Spirit of the Labyrinth right now. Dauthi Voidwalker. I'm unsure how good that's going to be. I think we're also going to play on basics for the most part. So we can go Swamp. Mountain, Island. So why don't I put back Voidwalker in Badlands? Pass it back. We used to cast black spells on turn 2 all the time when we played Hymn to Turok. But if I'm being honest with all of everyone, I never really liked Hymn to Turok all that much. I think it was just kind of in the deck. But by the time I was really serious about playing Grixis Control, it didn't really feel like a good card. Because I really came up around when like Uro and Oko were big. They have Caracas. That shouldn't bother us too much. A little disappointed I'm not picking off Mother of Runes here, though. Although no Mother of Runes is better than one at all, I guess. I'm going to force action on this vial. See what they got. If they have any kind of weird thing like Leonin Arbiter, like Bolt should be able to handle it. They have Stoneforge Mystic. You got it. Jite. Should be able to police that pretty effectively. Yeah, these swords don't matter. Am I taking Jite? That seems insane. I'm just gonna take Witch Enchanter. Is that even true? I don't know. None of these cards really matter. Yeah, I don't know. Could 2-for-1 our Baleful Strix, and I don't like that. I think shuffle that. Sure. Alright. Looking to fight back with some card advantage here. And without Cling to Dust, we'll probably rely on Narset to do that. So we're like a blue source away from that. They're going to hardcast Jite, that's fine. Not going to fight over the Jite. Lorien Revealed, that's close enough. It's a little bit of a problem if they violent a creature. I mean, if they get a couple Jite counters, it's not the end of the world. That's what I'm telling myself right now. Play Narset. Activate. Take Ponder. Okay, you're up. Please don't violent a creature. Close one. Ah, Rashadan Port. Pretty good against my basic land situation here. Yep. Kaito. Take Bolt. By far my favorite option. Shuffle that, I think. Or I could take Snapcaster Mage. I just don't. Yeah, I'm gonna shuffle. Okay. Not horrible. We've definitely ground this game out from like a card standpoint, but we're like nowhere near ending it. They're at 20. They have 2 Swords to Plowshares. I think if they port my swamp again, I should just cast Bowmasters. Recruiter of the Guard? Certainly not. Certainly not. Porting red? Sure. Wonder what that means they drew. We'll find out. No vial, that's good. Another port. Oh boy. Yeah, this is really taking me back, folks. Really taking me back. Oh, they're porting me off blue now? That's much preferable. Fatal Push. Pretty solid against this deck. At what point do they start plowing? Okay, cool. Now is the answer, and I'm fine with that. This game is a slog. Sure. Now what? losing out on valuable removal spells here. But all I need to do is like rip a land, I feel like. It's really all I need to do here. Come on. They're also porting me off like the right colors now, I feel like. Porting me off blue is like, I don't think it matters all that much. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh my goodness. This is funny. Real funny. As long as they don't draw a 3-drop creature, I'm not feeling like too messed up about this. But like the Narset passive is not crazy, you know? It's not a deck famous for drawing cards. I would deeply appreciate a land. Please. Ooh, okay. Now they're going after my blue. Okay, sweet. I wanted that for sure. See if this baits anything out. Negative. They've already used 3 Swords to Plowshares. I just don't think tapping out for Baraglyph is wise. Well, and then they just didn't do anything. Oh my god. This is what this game has become, huh? Well, fine. We're just going to add more to the clock. And at some point, I'm going to bolt your face. Glad they're still going after the blue. But yeah, I feel pretty dumb for not casting Baraglyph last turn, because it seems like they just don't have anything. I hope people are still watching the video. I feel like this is such a grueling first match. I'm not really getting like the hook, you know? Maybe they'll draw an Aether Vial? They're doing something. They can cast Kaldra. Definitely ready for that to happen. Wow. How did I know? Depending on what they do with this, I might not even interact. I guess I can still do everything next turn. Yeah, we'll do this right now. Here's Mother of Runes. Yeah, let's see. No, I don't have enough mana unless I draw a land, or I could find one off Kaito. Bolt should be the last thing I do. Are they going to block with Mother of Runes? They probably should. But I could also see them thinking like, oh, this is my way back into the game. I'm not going to block. Ninjutsu. Bowmasters. Hit for 6. Can I get a red source? Yeah! I guess it doesn't matter putting that Brazen Borrower on top. Actually, yes it does, because then it's still in the deck for the future. Oh, they don't even need to see it. They just know. They just know I have the bolt. Well, that was a blast from the past. You don't often see 60-card Death and Taxes anymore. Clearly an update just happened. Resize these cards real quick. So, Magus of the Moon is kind of funny, because, like, they get a lot of value with Caracas, even without Yorion. It can protect Ophelia. It can protect Thalia. We're not on Tamio though, so they can't weaponize it unless they have some kind of weird dress down effect. Then it can hit Kaito, I guess. And then Mershad Port, of course, Wasteland. That being said, their deck with a million basic planes and Source of Plowshares, so I think we'll be off Magus. We'll be on Opposition Agent and Fatal Push and Plague Engineer for sure. It used to be one of my favorite cards in the matchup. It's nice to have it back. And Consign. Don't need the one of Red Blast because there's no Yorion. And I think Voidwalker is pretty underwhelming in the matchup. As is Spell Pierce. As is Spell Bomb. I mean, Voidwalker could be good if they have like the pre-war formal wear or extraction specialist engine, but we won't count on that until we see it. Because they cast a Stoneforge, and instead of getting pre-war formal wear, they got Umezawa's Jite. Which used to be the thing you would get if you thought your Stoneforge was going to go. Final cut. I think will be another Voidwalker. Oh wait, sorry, we didn't need a final cut. Sorry, 61 card deck. Getting dialed in here. And you're not supposed to bring in Meltdown for equipment and Aether Vial. It's just not going to really work out the way you want it to. I mean, Voidwalker is good at enabling Kaito. It might eat a Swords. But also, like, I have a turn 1 removal spell, so if they go Mother of Runes, I can beat that. Which is really important. Because we cannot beat Mother of Runes. Aether Vial. That one's tough too. Tough card to beat. Alright. Let's cast Ponder. Looking good. Looking real good. Now I don't even need Voidwalker to enable Kaito. I could have played on basics, but there was no foreseeing all of that. I think the power of Grixis control has definitely increased with the times. I thought about that the other day too when I was fighting against Rug Rhinos. Because sometimes you think like, oh, the meta has changed, and now I'm attacked against completely different decks. But since like the general power level of the game has also increased, I don't feel like a dog in this matchup. I'm going to take land number 4. Because we might want black for Voidwalker. So I think this will become red now instead of this. We'll go red, black, blue. Backup black in hand. So I can cast Voidwalker. They're keeping their violet too. Very suspicious. Should make you suspicious. We have another vial. You got it. Yeah, I don't think I want to ninjutsu Kaito until I can also bolt. Force of Will. Might not be too helpful now that they have these 2 Aether Vials. But we'll see. Let's get on board. Vialing it at 2. Let's make sure we don't get got. I don't know why, but like Leon and Arbiter has been on my mind. White Orchid Phantom has no targets. That's uncommon. Aether Vial goes to 3 now. Caracas. No reason not to bolt, right? I mean, they might have Flicker Wisp in the vial. Would that be so bad though? It'd be pretty annoying, but I think it would be okay in the long run, especially if I'm able to put Flicker Wisp in the void thanks to Bowmasters. Yep. You got it. I wonder if they're gonna destroy their own Caracas. Probably not. Disruptor Flute? Sure. Name Kaito. Not a bad read. I could always pitch it to Force, though. Okay, they're not going after their own Caracas. I guess that makes sense. Alright. Cast Bowmasters. Hit your Flicker Wisp. And yeah, we'll just clock hard. So yeah, Kaito is now a 6 mana ninjutsu, and then an additional 3 to activate any loyalty abilities. Oh wait, no, I can't activate the loyalty abilities. I can't ninjutsu. It's just a 7 mana play. Yeah. Well, effectively removed that card from the game. Wasteland. Probably not too excited to see that. And yeah, I guess you might as well attack. And I guess I might as well Edict. Nothing else is going to happen while it's around. No Vile response. Pre-war formal wear, so they do have it. Force pitch Kaito. Not like it was going to do anything with Dauthi Voidwalker around, but still. Something I can do. So let's see. I could cast a Flicker Wisp. I'm good. Alright. They have a lot of very life draws. But anything that's not a 3-drop or a 2-drop creature, I can counter that. Like at this point, I'd probably just force swords on my Voidwalker, right? And we just keep attacking too. No fear. Just gotta get over the line here. And they must have drawn dead. But what could have it been? Cataclysm? Cataclysm would be pretty good here. Is there any reason to not cast Bowmasters here? Yeah, probably. Swing in. No blocks. Okay, I think we go for it here. Thought for sure they would vial something in. Okay, now they're going to vial something in. What is it? Nothing. Okay, cool. I think this deck can still certainly keep up with Legacy. Plenty of really powerful cards. And I probably maybe shouldn't have forced pre-war formal wear, given that Voidwalker is around and all, but I don't know. It's a scary card to leave on the battlefield. Welcome to the second match for the MRSJ Donation Bonus League. Oh, I love this hand. If Consign isn't super relevant, it's a good pitch to force. And in the meantime, I can Thought Seize. Fatal Push may or may not be a dead card. You always hope it isn't, but it is dead to a lot of the format. I feel like I need to just always point that out contractually. Kolaghan's Command, though, almost never dead. I'm taking a mulligan. It's good for us, especially with our hand. And now we'll check it out. What'd you keep? A Wasteland, that's not good. I would guess maybe or Scamnator, although Bloodstained Mire is strange. because that would lead me to believe they don't have days. Or maybe just no basic island. Maybe all their mountains and swamps are also islands. Take Brainstorm. Can always force their force. I don't think Consign will be very relevant here. Not leading on the Wasteland is interesting. But also entirely understandable. They don't shuffle. Brainstorm, nice. Island go. Fatal Push is good for the matchup. Hopefully we can find more black mana after they wasteland us. Alright, I'm going to make a black. And I think I'm going to Brainstorm while they can't daze me. Man, hopefully we don't get Brainstorm locked. Excellent. Put back Consign and hide Fatal Push on top. Even if they run out of threat, second main, I'm not running it into daze. Yep. So I'll get the second Badlands here. Cast Fatal Push on Tamiyo. Force Pitch Brazen Borrower. So they have Mire and one unknown. Go ahead and force back. I don't want them gaining ground. With any luck, they'll play like a Delver here, but if they play Murktide Regent, we are in big trouble. Baleful Strix, alright. I like it. I mean, it's really bad for us, but, you know, I love the card. Edict, alright. Let's take our 2 for 1. Try and stay ahead of this. Discarding Fatal Push makes sense. Are we going to see a third color? I feel reasonably ahead. We each have 3 lands. I'm up a 1 card in hand. Hit Brainstorm. See if it's Bowmasters. You betcha. Alright, I don't like brainstorming from 1 card, but giving them a free 4/4 is even worse. Spinning a daze. I'm glad they didn't find another threat right away. Yikes. Okay. Now we're a little behind. Hopefully they just like top deck a land or something though. And not Kaito. Thank God. It would have been a disaster. No. Baragoyf. Brainstorm. Did you draw more Bowmasters? No. Snapcaster Mage, huh? That's pretty good. Alright. Cast Snapcaster Mage. Target Brainstorm. Block this army. Brainstorm again. Yep. Brainstorm again. Hopefully find Baragoyf. Bowmasters aren't bad either. But we're in a little bit of a jam here. I'm not looking forward to drawing that volcanic island. Hopefully gonna catch them like casting a Strix here or something. Spinning Delta. Passing it back. It's a Bowmaster Mirror. I feel like they would have played it by now. I also have a Bolt coming up. It's debatable, but I think I should cast this right now. Alright, so far so good. This would be the spot where like Cling to Dust would reign supreme. But also if I had found like Magus of the Moon, that also might lock this game. Petty Theft, you got it. Yeah, I kind of wish I held the Bowmasters. Taking out Brazen Borrower with Petty Theft. It's a good feeling. Thought sees me. Okay, bolt you. It would have been better if I could have them thought seize me after I played that or was holding this volcanic island. And we're certainly losing the race. 9-turn clock versus 4-turn clock. It's not good. But we don't know what we're drawing next turn. Could be Kaito. Could be more Bowmasters. We'll just have to see. They have some relatively dead draws like Force of Will, Daze. Baleful Strix is kind of dead. Cantrips are pretty punishing because they'll lose their clock. Ponder. Narset. Yeah, it will do. Hold up blue-red. Activate. Take, tough one. What do I take? So I'll probably attack Narset next turn. Should give me Revolt while I don't have black up. But push does give me maybe a way to get out of this situation. Or should I take Ponder and just Ponder right now? Yeah, I think it's that. Here we go. Go like that. They do have a Swamp, but I feel like taking away all their blue mana is also pretty good, but I'd rather lead with Baragoyf. They have Fatal Push. I'm glad that was not pointed at Baragoyf, which will win this race. But also if they ignore Narset and just try and get me dead, I don't really mind passing over Magus. Seems like they drew something interesting. And they're in that tank over where to send this attack. They're attacking Narset. Alright. What'd you draw? Aha. Cast Baragoyf. Hope it works. Go to 3. If they find a way to blank my lifelink, it's over. Casting Magus is so funny here, but maybe I should attack first. I mean, yeah, Petty Theft will do it anyways, so yeah. This game has gotten out of control. Yep, they got it. Damn. Ugh. Why does this keep happening? Red Blast, Fatal Push, Plague Engineer, hell yeah. Maybe I'll take the other Magus too. I don't hate Flusterstorm. That one's a maybe, Consign can go. Force of Will. Voidwalker's pretty soft to push, but harassing their graveyard is pretty good. Thoughtseize, not my favorite here. Yeah, I don't need 2 Maguses. I don't even know if I need 1. Narset's not the best. I think Spell Pierce can go. I think I'd rather have Magus than Spell Pierce. So I was supposed to cast Magus first. That was so dumb. Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter. They had Basic Swamp. Yeah, I'll give this a shot. Might lock them out early with Force Backup. Pass it back. Activating Rainforest. Underground Sea. Thoughtseize me. Alright. Gonna get my island here. See what they want to take. Maybe Fatal Push? Kolaghan's Command. Expecting a long one, it seems. Pass it back. Delta. Thoughtseize again. Brainstorm. I don't think I'm crazy about trying to do Magus stuff anymore. I think Plague Engineer is so much more valuable in the matchup. Taking Force of Will. Certainly interesting. Well, I'm going to see what they want to do about this Magus. Actually, no, I'm not, because that just runs right into Daze. That's no good. Good cards. Real good cards. What would get me to Fatal Push on this turn? I guess enough that I'm gonna go like this, just to make sure I guarantee get the action. Ponder's good. No shuffle. Alright. So I can get basics of each over there. But it still might be hard for them to cast like Murktide Regent. Still not really interested in running spells into Daze, you know? So I'm just gonna pass it back. Now they can surmise that I probably have Badlands on top of my deck right now. TMEO. Play Badlands, and then I'll get Basic Swamp here. And cast Magus. Force some action on that. Getting Island first makes sense. Okay. Magus has resolved. I'm assuming they have Daze. They have Bowmasters. That's fine. Plague Engineer should help out with that. And then we'll probably get Dazed here, but we'll see. No? Interesting. Might be hard for them to get Revolt right now. I'm not going to block for that reason. But yeah, if I don't have to worry about like Voidwalker. Oh, do they have Kaito? That's pretty good. Maybe not. Baragoyf. Strong. Strix. Okay. Play Plague Engineer. Name Orc. Pass it back. Revolt is no longer live. I'll happily block. Very solid 2-for-1 on us. They do go back to 17, which might be an issue. And now they have Revolt, so they could use Fatal Push on Magus, which, you know, wouldn't be that bad for us. They're just going to pass it back. Now we have Bowmasters. Hit for 2. Yep. See how they want to play this. Putting 1 there. And they'll probably block with the army. I'll shoot the army. Now we both have Bowmasters. Spellbomb. It's kind of rough on my Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, they probably want to do that before I untap. Maybe not. Brainstorm. A lot of my cards are locked out right now. No blocks. Pass it back. Okay, they're gonna attack. I'll happily trade Bowmasters. Strix. Cast Brainstorm. Perfect. Okay. Put back Strix and Snapcaster Mage? Or no. Strix and Edict. Or land, I guess. Whatever. That resolves. Cast Bowmasters. Get the old Strix Punish. Almost got their life total in range here. If I cast Snapcaster Mage right now, they might get no value off their Spellbomb. And then that also puts lethal on board. But if I need to Edict twice, why would I need to Edict twice? Yeah, it's possible. Possible I'll need to. Okay. I like how Magus can be a effective deafening silence for this kind of matchup. Okay, here we go. Target Kolaghan's command. Probably will get dazed. This would also give them double blue, but I have double edict. Get back. Bowmasters. And have you discard. Okay, it works. Discarding Strix. Makes sense. They don't pay. Fatal Push the Magus. See if all hell breaks loose here. From 2 cards in hand, I'm not too concerned. Because it also kind of turns on our hand as well. Murktide Regent. Try to Edict here. Alright. That's more like it. Now they're on the play. I don't think Magus will be as effective. Is this going to happen every single time? Every time they fix one thing, something else annoying pops up. This is nowhere near as bad as lag. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but it is kind of funny. And like they'll play around Blood Moon effects anyways, so it's kind of like doing phantom work on that level. Okay, how about another Force of Will, and then Voidwalker, since they are playing Murktide Regent. It'll be something they have to deal with, even though Voidwalker is not exactly Wasteland friendly. I think it's better. Yeah, this hand is good. Leading on Sewers. Don't mind seeing that all that much. And they put their card on top. Alright, just need Ponder to set up some land drops here and we should be good. Another Voidwalker. I'm not crazy about that draw. Perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. I might even just draw them all. I have so much good stuff in hand. I guess in an emergency I'll want to be able to shuffle next turn, so... yeah, I'll go like that, but I don't want them to know I can shuffle, so... leave the delta on top. You got it. Yeah, if they had kept like a controlling hand, they're probably not stoked to see Voidwalker at all. And if they want to daze my Strix next turn, probably pretty annoying to have to get basic island here. Maybe not though, because they probably still want to respect Blood Moon on some level. But yeah, if they daze my Strix, they'd have to return a tap land to their hand. It's a tap land with some benefits, but still could work out pretty well for me. It's not a very thought-seizable hand, unless they take Red Blast and then seems like they're in on like Murktide or something like that. But even then I have Snapcaster Mage. So they might look for like Spell Bomb. Just a lot of headaches built in here. Yeah, they take Snapcaster Mage. Sure. More than happy to just cast Strix next turn. I always feel bad when I have to face Voidwalker after I've thought seized, so hopefully my opponent feels similarly. Yeah, I'll pick up that basic mountain as well. Okay, we're just in there. That's cool. A little scary that half of my hand is lands now, but I mean, I have a couple pretty powerful threats, and A lot of their threats are blue. If they go Baragoyf and then can Bowmaster next turn, that would be scary, but it's not what happens. So they kicked off the Bowmaster Mirror, which is good. Oh, they did have Spellbomb. It's interesting. And they're just going to fire it right now for no value. Happy with that. I wonder if they're playing around. We have Spellbomb. I'm going to cast a Voidwalker. I think it makes a lot of their deck. It annoys a lot of their deck, I think. Then I'll play the Spellbomb as well. Fatal push my Voidwalker, sure. That's kind of what I was talking about. Ponder, sure. If they crack a fetch land, I'll just activate the Spellbomb here. But even if they do get a Murktide through, still setting on this Red Blast. Flooded Strand. Hit for 2. And then nothing. Alright. Ooh, that's a good draw. Cast Voidwalker. Cool. No end step push. There's Wasteland. So now I have a Wasteland in the Void for whatever I want to do with that. Sure, I'll float a black. Okay, they have a Murktide. I wonder if that means... I don't know why I'm going to push this right now. Stubborn denial, I guess. But maybe they're banking on me not having another red source. They're going to push Voidwalker in response. You got it. Okay, so 0 cards. They'll be left with an army, which is kind of scary. But I also get a redraw Spellbomb, which is nice. See if I can grind into this. Could use a nice threat off the top. Fatal push, it's not horrible. Hit that. Activate Spellbomb. Draw a good card. It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. I probably just need to push this because of Kaito. Yeah, I don't know. It seems so bad. I can't abide it. Ponder. Cast it. Yeah, this is pretty good, I think. Let's get a Voidwalker back and shock the army. Brainstorm in response. Okay. And there's the ways this can fall apart. Like, another Murktide Regent would be a problem. I'd definitely shuffle away the Bolt in that scenario. It'd only be a 4/4, but it's not nothing. Thought sees me? Sure. If they take Fatal Push, we're definitely in trouble. Oh god. Do they have Baragoyf? Oh, they have Tamio. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that Bolt that's on top of my deck then. Bolt that. Cast Voidwalker. What's in the Void? Just Wasteland? They've done a really good job playing around that. Passing back. Alright, let's Surveil. Keep it. Oh my lord, keep it. Ninjutsu. Surveil. Keep Bowmasters. But cast Voidwalker. Just because it clocks so well. Feeling pretty safe from here. Even Murktide, I can tap it down. Alright, we got there. Very interesting match. 2-0. Welcome back for round 3. Opponent keeping 7. I'll also keep 7. We have a pretty aggro hand, just like Voidwalker backed up by Force. Bowmaster's backed up by Force. It's all pretty good. We're up against Forest. Utopia Sprawl. So this is probably Enchantress. Yeah, they've chose white. So definitely want to fetch before too long. Even with that draw. Even though I want to ponder. I can't imagine we'll be fighting against Wasteland, but maybe Blood Moon. Cast Ponder. Spell Pierce. And Edict is kind of the only thing that can reliably beat Argothian Enchantress, so. But it also works on Sithis and what have you. Nylea's Presence. Sure. I'm not going to force that. I wonder, maybe Bowmasters would be a better clock than Dauthi Voidwalker. Sure, I'll try it. Do I want land number 4? It's a volcanic island, it's not a black source. If they play Blood Moon, I'm just going to grab a swamp. Plains, 4 mana available. Fourth Aerlingus. Shit. I think I'll let this resolve, right? I think this goes well for me. I just take the... I have Force of Will. This could be incredibly stupid, but it's only a 4th for 1. I'm pretty sure they left off Plains, so they can go ahead and swords my Bowmasters. Or on Thin Ice. If it's on Thin Ice, that won't work. Card does not have flash, right? Red mana does really make me think of Blood Moon, but if I top deck a red card, that would be bad, so Badlands it is. Ping. Ping. Let's take the Monarchy. Okay, I can still get my swamp if I need it. Take the Monarchy. Let's play Voidwalker. Mountain. Static Prison. Resolves. Targeting Bowmasters. Makes sense. There's the Enchantress. Do I force that? I don't think so. Utopia Sprawl. Yep. Spell Pierce looking pretty dead. Yeah, I'll keep that. We're making our land drops. There's nothing wrong with more cantrips, I think. But let's make sure this works. Yeah, I'll sit for 5. And then, yeah, I guess I'll just keep holding up Spell Pierce. Kolaghan's Command. Does not hit enchantments. Should be noted. 5 mana in the pool. Hallowed Haunting. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance, and whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a Spirit Cleric creature token with this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of spirits you control. We have to counter that. And they played around Daze, but not Spell Pierce. Sterling Grove. I think this is fine because I'm not going to try and interact with enchantments. If they use it as a tutor, we can force the subsequent target. Play that. Hardcast Force available, but probably won't be implemented. Ponder. I like Thoughtseize here quite a bit. If we can strip the hand of a threat and then force whatever they try to do. Take Parallax Wave. We do have lethal, and I'm going to pick up this Snapcaster Mage. Feeling pretty set up right now. Sterling Grove. What are they going to get? Solitary Confinement? Doesn't actually work right now. It would work if you had the Monarchy. Just Static Prison. Okay. I mean, I'll force that too because it locks things up. But not if they cast Presence first. So maybe I won't force Prison. Maybe I force Presence. Although they'll be pretty light on mana. Things would have to go very wrong. I still think it's too risky to let that resolve. Let me know if I'm being way too cautious, though. It's possible. What are they going after? Voidwalker? Yep. Makes sense. Oh, I fucked up so badly. I could have Kolaghan's commanded with the presence on the stack. Oh, I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost. I could have snapped Spell Pierced. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? I'm just fucking around. I'm getting entirely lost. Yeah. Phone's gonna think I'm insane. I feel like such a fool right now. Draw step K command. Should be enough. Okay. Oh, Jesus, that was so loose. That was so loose. I didn't even have to give them a draw step. It could have been over. Alright, let's try and play a little bit better. I apologize, everyone. I'm going to take a quick break after this match, because I feel like I was pretty dialed in for the first two, and now I feel like it's slipping a little bit. Matches of the Moon, I don't think it's going to do very much here. The deck is built to have basics, so you can enchant the basics so they don't get wastelanded. I like Plague Engineer though. It's good against Argothian Enchantress. Opposition Agent, obviously great against Sterling Grove and whatever other consistency packages they have. Unfortunately, you know, the Grixis Wedge is really bad at dealing with enchantments. It's like, especially green enchantments, it's like the one permanent type we can't ever beat. But white enchantments also qualify. We didn't see any red or blue enchantments, but we did see some red cards. So I feel like Hydroblast is pretty attractive here. Just because Fourth Aerlingus is like an impossible card to beat. And then Consign can turn a lot of their enchantments into just like do-nothing cards. So I'll take that. It's got to be better than some of the clunkier stuff like Voidwalker. Baraglyph is really scary, but they could have like Rest in Peace. So I'm going to go off that as well. And I might want Fatal Push too, just because like Sithis and Destiny Spinner are very real, very scary cards. Yeah, we'll take another Fatal Push. Kolaghan's Command's a little clunky. Narset's amazing. Probably just trim Voidwalker and call it good at that. And then we can reevaluate once we see some more of their deck. I hope I'm not missing anything big here. Flusterstorm to fight 4th Aerlingus is also what I would want to do, but it's a little too narrow, I think. God, the end of that game was just a travesty. That was horrible. Don't take a mulligan, that's good, because so are we. Sure. I'll give it a shot. They're down to 5. Let's bottom Scalding Tarn. Just want to stay up on the action. Them being on the play though, like, they go all in on Leyline of Sanctity is fine. If they go all in on an Enchantress, they'll have a turn to use it before I can have a rebuttal. But their hand is pretty slim. They have like Leyline and Utopia Sprawl, but that's it right now. Another Ponder. Cast it. Shuffle, right? Or no, don't shuffle, but shuffle before I get to that Thoughtseize. Although if they play Enchantress next turn, I'm not really going to have the chance. I'm just going to have to Edict, and then my next draw step will be Thoughtseize. But I'm sure we'll find something at some point in Blood Moon, that's fine. Ironically, like, we shouldn't be set up for this, but we are, so. But I don't want them to think I'm a complete luck sack, so. Yeah, shuffle that. I need land. Utopia Sprawl. They choose white. And a pass. Alright. How about a land, please? That's good enough. My hand is incredibly black. I think I just got Volcanic Island because I don't have any red mana anyways, but I don't know. I don't have any red cards either. And every other land I'm guaranteed to draw, other than a basic swamp, which is one of many cards, will be that, you know, so I'll just get the island. If I draw nothing but red cards for the rest of the game, I will admit defeat, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty good. Play Bowmasters. Target me. Perfect. Easy game. Then next, we'll probably play Opposition Agent. Hallowed Haunting. God. That card is such a problem. I mean, I can Fatal Push the first one. I can Edict another one. I have Strix to check an additional one, but yeah, that card is a gigantic problem. Gotta end this game. Force Will. A second too late. But it's probably worth holding on to Strix for that reason. I think we name Human here. Hits Argothian Enchantress. Makes 4th Aerlingus a lot weaker. But I mean, naming Spirit is also acceptable. Serra Sanctum, not really a combo with Blood Moon, but they already have plenty of mana. I'm shocked they don't have an enchantment to cast. Okay, they do. It's Leyline Binding. Why is it a 1/1? Oh, number of spirits you control? Why am I so stupid? All I had to do was name Spirit, and this would have never even gotten off the ground. I hope it doesn't matter. Smash for 9. Yeah, now Lightning Bolt isn't out. Pretty sure I can overrun them no matter what they do, even if they make multiple spirits next turn. Why did I think... Maybe this card would be too strong if it was equal to the number of enchantments you control. Maybe it would. Nylea's Presence. This is how it starts. Although I can continually pick them off if they start, like... Yeah, I can just, like, target this unless they have, like, an enchantment that is instant speed. Like Leyline Binding. If they had, like, Wrath of God, that would be pretty good. Hope they don't have that. Leyline of Sanctity, sure. Getting the GGs. Wow. That's, very generous. Maybe they're being sarcastic, because that was not very well played by me. This should have been named Spirit, and in game 1, I didn't have to give them an untap or a draw step. Alright, yeah, I'm going to take a quick break before we get into match 3 here. Alright, folks, here comes match number 4. Got my head on straight after the last one. Opponent keeping 7. We have a Force, Voidwalker hand. We're up against DRC. That is a little bit of a problem. But we do have Strix to check. 4 Bowmasters to take out. And I will fight pretty hard over that. If I can take this DRC out with Bowmasters, we'll be in pretty good shape. I wonder if that just means I need to island cycle. Because yeah, playing on basics is pretty important. Okay, a new plan, I think. Going after Delver is much safer. Even though there's nothing in the graveyard. Didn't play a Wasteland. This is tricky. Am I more likely to draw a land or a blue card? Land, obviously. This is what we're doing. It's just what we're doing. Obviously, I don't really want to pitch Strix, but this is what we're doing. Did I mention this is what we're doing? So I think I should go after DRC. Oof, rough draw. I guess it also depends on the texture of this fight here. Activating Flood Strand in response. Thinking a Brainstorm? Yeah, we see a Brainstorm here. Putting a Bauble in the graveyard, so Delirium somewhat likely here. But Kolaghan's command does not finish off DRC when it's Delirious, but it does beat Delver. But hopefully they're just kind of hedging and like, well, I'll have 1/3/3. So they might put like an instant or sorcery on top of their deck to make sure they get a 3/3 no matter what. The really devastating line would be Gut Shot my Bowmasters after it resolves. We want to avoid that. Do I get it? I get it. Hit your DRC. Feeling good. No days is interesting. I really hope I can cast these Voidwalkers. This is the next thing. I'm expecting Bolt here. So they can cantrip. Ponder. Interesting. The Bolt probably comes first. And then the Ponder. Unholy Heat also works. Not fighting over that. They have another island, and here's the Ponder. No shuffle. Hope they don't have another 1-drop. Woof. God, that's rough. Maybe I'm supposed to force it? I mean, they could have a daze by now, though. That's rough. Bobble. Yeah, these Voidwalkers are kind of killing me right now. Put a card on top. Looking at my top card. I hope it's Bolt. Or Push. Or Brainstorm so I can get these Voidwalkers out. Because I feel like Black Source is a little too slow at present. Okay, Black Source is fine, I guess. Although blue card also would have been better, I think. I think I should play Strix here. But I just need to roll into a blue card. What sense does that make? It's not great. I mean, if I really don't read them for days right now, something I could do is wait for that to resolve and then crack this so I can make sure I get a blue card off of it. Sure. Bennett. Okay. Got the blue card. Something else I could have done is, I guess, attacked with the army token. Try and bait out something silly. Wasteland is fine. In fact, I'm pretty happy about it. Get to block here. Even if it does make these Voidwalkers harder to get off the ground. Oh god. Please work. Is your last card days? Oh my fucking god. Urgh! Can you believe this? Something very important though. That Murktide will attack me to 4, not 3. But that was ridiculous. Frickin' days. Always where you don't want it to be. Every time. But yeah, these Voidwalkers have been atrocious. This is probably the last matchup you want them in. Although, I mean, if you're on the play, proactively get that in. Could make casting Murktide pretty difficult for them, and also Delirium, but when you're not on the play, pretty bad. Alright, I need them to not top deck. Please don't. No Unholy Heat. No Lightning Bolt. None of that. Force of Will is nice. It puts me in bolt range, but I feel like they're more likely to send a bolt at Strix anyways. Another force. That's good. Because now I don't have to pitch Brainstorm. I can, like, maybe move these Voidwalkers around. If I want to do that. I might want to just keep as many forces as possible so I don't die out of nowhere. Delver's fine, I guess. It's a little scary. No attack. Alright, cast Brainstorm. We need a way out of this. This is supremely unhelpful. So what am I even supposed to do, you know? Can't really shuffle. So if I lose anyways, if Delver flips, let's face it, I do. I was probably supposed to force Delver, but then I would have just lost to literally anything else. Do I just cast Voidwalker here, since nothing matters? Probably. I'm not going to win if I have to redraw those 2 cards. I'm not going to fade for that long. It's just not going to happen. This game felt very winnable until they dazed me. Alright, so far so good. We're hanging in there, folks. Now I just need a top deck. Boy, do I need a top deck. Ugh. Killing me. Play another Voidwalker. Don't know how long I can dodge for. Especially if they have a Surveil land. It's probably impossible. They're fetching. Yup. Oh god. Spinning Wasteland. Okay, okay. Holy shit. I get another draw. Incredible. And a lot of them are good. A lot of the draws are good. Ponder. Ponder. Oh, it was supposed to flip? I was like, wait a minute. Where the fuck did this Ponder come from? Shouldn't they already have that? That gives me a Ponder. No shuffle. I guess countering it would have also given me a Ponder, so that didn't really make sense. Bowmasters, hell yeah. So do I still cast Ponder? I think so. Seems kind of important. I mean, I'm always casting Bowmasters no matter what. And I'm always attacking with one Voidwalker. What if I don't? Well, it's too late. I've committed. I didn't attack with the Voidwalker. This is borrowed time. Apparently they misclicked. That Delver should have flipped. I should be dead. Cast Ponder. Fatal Push. Sure. For next turn. Or do I Ponder again right now? I'm trying to think of what else would set me up, you know? We know this is happening for sure. Hopefully they put something bad on top of their deck. I think if they force, I won't force back, but I'll Ponder, pick up that Fatal Push, and then push Delver. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the line. And I'll try to not misclick. Oh, but I can get some information because it's Fatal Push. It's Force, okay. Kind of scary, but also we're a little safe. Because it's not a threat. So I feel like as long as I hold up Hardcast Force and Pitchcast Force, should be good. Although I'm probably didn't do that in the optimal order. But yeah, I'm really glad I didn't attack with both Voidwalkers. I guess I would have just had to force back at that point, and might have been okay, because then they would have top decked Force. Yeah, then I would have won next turn. But I mean, this game is entirely fallen apart. Like, I should be dead right now. Opponent missing the Delver flip is unfortunate. But it happens. And I guess we should also have Hardcast Force around a daze. And after one more connect, we can attack with Strix and ask them to block with Murktide. Okay, they have Hardcast Force up, but they need mana to do stuff in this deck. There's a land after that. I don't think we want that. I think we can do better. I'm at 2. Can still Pitchcast Force, but only once. Crap. Alright. Borrowed time here. Oh, it's a land. Now if they draw Bolt, they can Bolt and back it up with a hardcast Force. Oh no, but that doesn't make sense because I'm about to put them to 1, so their delta will be off. Alright, well, none of that should have happened. If opponent flipped Delver off that Ponder, we would be in game 2 right now, but, I mean, mistakes are part of Magic. It's true. Alright. I'm off Blood Moon for this matchup, and Narset. Big blue card, not super helpful. Spell Pierce may be your only hope against, like, counterbalance sometimes. But what about my sideboard? How about Red Blast and Blue Blast? Plague Engineer, it's a good one. Third Fatal Push is beautiful. Unless you're facing down Murktide. We're a little light on Murktide answers, and by that I mean there's one less than I run, just one less Red Blast, so we should be fine. We need more cuts. One Force is fine. Yeah, I think the Voidwalkers, I think they're fine on the draw, but on the play they really made things scarier than they had to be. I don't need 2 Thought Seizes either. I don't need Consign to Memory. Now I need one more cut. I feel like Plague Engineer and Baraglyph are both so good. It could be Snapcaster Mage. It could be this Thoughtseize. Maybe it's supposed to be Spell Pierce. Maybe it's supposed to be one of the Blue Blasts, because Blue Blast is a little narrow, especially when you have 3 Fatal Push. It's like you're really only looking to hit Dragon's Rage Channeler with it, because they're not playing stuff like Maddening Hex anymore. Maybe I can just cut Plague Engineer on the draw, and then on the play it's pretty good instead of a Force of Will. Although I also want a Thoughtseize and maybe another Voidwalker. I'm going to cut the Voidwalker. Oh wait, 61 card deck. I keep forgetting that. Maybe I'll take Fluster. Or I'll just take all the forces, whatever. No. Ah, crap. 20 seconds to make a decision. Yeah, give me Flusterstorm. It's not that bad against Delver. Yeah, this hand is good. Got every kind of creature covered here. And then some. We just need to find our lands and we should be entirely fine. We're hoping for a Ponder from the opponent, but it's a Delver. Alright. We want to hold Hydroblast. Not that we would Hydroblast a Delver, obviously, but we want to hold it for as long as possible because it's pretty narrow. That was a good draw. But it's not a blue source, so just gonna do that and probably Bolt Delver. I don't want them to untap because they might have something weird like Spell Pierce or whatever. But yeah, this hand should be like a complete nightmare for any Delver pilot. They dazed that. That's fine. If they want to wasteland me here, they're pretty far behind. Hopefully they don't flip. They do flip. They flipped Force of Will. Yikes. No wasteland. So I wonder if they will force my Fatal Push now. Kaito's a good draw, eventually. Oh yeah, in case they have another Daze. If we get into a counter battle, it'd be pretty bad to lose. Cast Fatal Push. Force of Will pitching Murktide Regent. Alright, I'll Red Blast your Force of Will. Brainstorming in response. I mean, they could go all in on this, and it will be good enough if I don't find another way to deal with it. Oh, thank God. But that Brainstorm could have come up with like another threat. But if it's DRC, we got Hydroblast. If it's Delver, it's unflipped. Dauthi Voidwalker. Back again. A Parade of Wastelands would be pretty bad. But it would also mean, like, I don't know. This version of Delver has a tough time generating card advantage. Yeah, Yeah, I will keep that in orbit. This Hydroblast might not line up the way I want it to. That's fine. Drawing Force next turn. And they're also kind of incentivized to go after Minor City Sewers with a Wasteland. They put a card on top. I hope it's DRC. It's Murktide Regent. That sucks. It's a 7/7. With one more land, I can get Kaito in and tap it down with the help of Force. Or I could ninjutsu it in, which seems a lot more likely with Dauthi Voidwalker. See what I can get away with here. Yeah, the most important thing is that I didn't take too much damage from that Delver. Otherwise, we'd be in a really bad shape right now. Brainstorm is fine. Voidwalker doing its thing. Volcanic Island is not Wasteland. That's beautiful. Flusterstorm, not bad. Okay. Let's tap this down. 2 stun counters. Hopefully I can win before it untaps. There's DRC. We have a Hydroblast for that one. Pyroblast. I'm gonna Force. Curious what their last card is. Not relevant, whatever it is. Hell yeah. Spell Pierce, that card. Oh, I would have rather pitched that, I think. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see here. If I plus, what if I can get them to block for free? If they don't want me drawing extra cards. I don't think they will, because it's just such a priority for them. Just get me dead. Okay, yeah. I think it's too aggressive to plus and try and do that. Although that also beats Unholy Heat. No, this is ridiculous. Why would I not draw cards? It's just ridiculous. Bin Kolaghan's Command, keep Delta. Play Delta. Hydroblast the Dragon's Rage Channeler. And then cast Dauthi Voidwalker. 2-turn clock. Might have to tap down Murktide Regent after the next attack. Delver. Pretty good. Bad draw. Pretty bad draw. Brainstorm's in the void though. I wonder if I should just do that. Probably. Yeah. Overwhelmingly, yeah. Feeling pretty dumb for binning that Kolaghan's Command now. Okay, Bowmasters. That one's good. So first we'll see if this works. Ah, it worked a little too well. I was expecting to have to shuffle and then brainstorm, see if I found an out to Murktide Regent. And if I did not, I'd have to lose Kaito to tap down Murktide Regent again. Whew, alright. So Death and Taxes, Blue-Black Tempo, Enchantress, and Delver, and now we're up for a trophy. This doesn't usually happen for the donation bonus leagues. Or maybe it does? Yeah. Because the ninjas ones. Alright, yeah. Let's just do our best here. Here we go for the trophy round. Now, I've played against this person a few times recently, and they've been on Doomsday. So I'm definitely going to mulligan this hand against Doomsday. Guess I'm going to 5. Not a great start for the trophy. But now we have Force. So, great. Put back Swamp and Edict for game 1. Edict is like okay game 2. But right now, like, we're not going to be too worried about Shieldred or Baragoyf. Okay, they don't have a turn 1, so that's good. Maybe I'll draw a different blue card because Narset's really good in the matchup. Force of Will. I think I still pitch. Yeah, I think I do pitch Force of Will because, like, drawing another Narset or drawing another blue card is not guaranteed, whereas Narset's like a for real bomb, you know? Something that can really swing this. Knight's Whisper. Pretty good. Pretty good to build up their resources, especially when I mold to 5. But as you know, there's really just one thing we have to stop. And that is a Doomsday resolving. Baraglyph. Bennett. Second Kolaghan's Command. Not good. Things are not going our way right now. They could just make a land drop and cast Doomsday here. They have a Ponder. Resolves. I mean, things could get really weird if they fight super hard to resolve Doomsday and end up with low resources. And Kolaghan's Command, like, knocks some cards out of their hand at some point. It's highly possible that we could, like, draw step, knock Athos's Oracle out. You never know. Alright, we're hoping for a good draw here. It's not bad. Yeah, I think we ponder, and then, like, the God tier ponder would be, like, blue card, land. Shit. It's kind of rough, but I mean, we're hanging in there. And I'm sure they'll just all win in one turn, and Force will probably not matter all that much. Unless, like, their protection is Thoughtseize. If their protection is Thoughtseize, like, we do have 2 forces. Personal Tutor, you got it. We can expect Doomsday next turn. I think I want to give myself the chance to draw a blue card here. Shit. Yeah, I guess I'll cast Narset. Just resolved. Alright, take Ponder. Well, that's nice. Duress. Taking a Force. Thassa's Oracle. Resolves. They kept a card. They're not ready to cast Doomsday yet either. This is very interesting. Edict. Alright. See if this works. Cool. Let's take Brainstorm. These Kolaghan's commands are not doing us any favors. Put back Fatal Push and Kolaghan's command, I think. Yeah. So they had full information last turn, but didn't cast the Doomsday. I find that very strange. Dark Ritual. Thoughtseize me. Yeah, resolves. Take Force. Cast Doomsday. Alright, we don't have a lot of time to figure this out, but Narset will help. Narset will help. They'll be at 7. Consider. Yeah, that can speed things up too. Edge, Edge, Street Wraith, all gone. All the Underground Seas gone. Is there a basic island in the mix? Seems like yes. This won't be easy. I surmise we have about a turn. So we can, like, Brazen Borrower, put them to 1. Get all the blue mana I can get. Hope to top deck super well here. Force of Will. It's really not that bad, honestly. Probably better than Pondering. Because, yeah, if they have to pitch cast Force, that will not be that good for them. I'm guessing they're drawing Consider right now. What if I got Baragoyf? It's a 4/5? No, it's not good enough. Cast Borrower. We are in there. Magus? Is that a lock? Probably, right? God, that's so funny. I think I let that resolve. Bin Cavernous Souls. Yeah, how are they going to cast the Oracle? Oh, I hope Force of Will helps. Isn't like Unearth or something? Petal. They have one card in hand. And they have one card in the library. Are their last two cards Force blue card? No, because I see all the forces. They played around Blood Moon. Unearth? No, okay. Whew. Crazy. Magus does seem kind of better than Blood Moon. But 3 mana plays, like, you gotta be real certain about them in against Doomsday. And yeah, Voidwalker maybe doesn't do enough. Consign, Flusterstorm is really cool. Don't often get that card, but nice to have that one back. Opposition Agent. Strix can go. Keep one Edict. Because, yeah, I think in particular this player goes in on like Murktide Regent and Shieldred in the Apocalypse. Cut Kolaghan's Command. Keep one, I guess. Kind of a lot of 3-drops, though. Especially on the draw. Oh, I want Thoughtseize, too. Spellbomb can go. How many times have I missed cutting that one? Not scrolling down far enough. Yeah, I guess Strix is fine because it checks Murktide Regent and is a blue card. Doesn't check Shieldred. Shieldred, they can just be like, yeah, whatever. Don't need the mountain. And cut another Voidwalker. I think the most we can say about that is that, like, it might make Murktide Regent harder to cast, but it doesn't synergize very well with the moon either. Not that I think the moon is even that great. Full transparency. Maybe on the play. Looking for counter magic. I mean, they're taking a mulligan. We have Opposition Agent, Bowmasters, Strix, Ponder. Relevant cards. Alright, opponents get on 6. They have a play. Ponder. Ponder shuffles. Wonder what they're looking for. Flusterstorm? Ooh, Consign to Memory. Pretty difficult for Doomsday to win all in one turn in Legacy. Not impossible. I'm gonna Ponder. I want them to think about Blood Moon. Okay, cool. Nice spread. Send it back. That random Cavernous Souls in Legacy Doomsday is pretty useful for the creature plan. Gotta say. God, this is so stressful. Doomsday's such a scary deck. My opponent's very good. I need my Nicorette. Duress, yeah. Doesn't have too many options. They'll probably take Force of Will, but if Consign is something they care about, it's not great for them. Oh, they're passing back. No land drop? Oh, so they're probably pondering looking for a land. Okay. Then they might even force this Thoughtseize. Okay. I think it's a pretty clear take of Daze. No, I think it has to be Dark Ritual. That doesn't make sense. Kind of like taking Daze here. Because then they need to draw another blue card for Force. And they don't really want to draw a blue card. As a Doomsday player, the card I want them to take the least would be Daze. They drew Petal. So now they can generate Revolt. But are they going to have to just, like, push my Bowmasters anyways? Could have also consigned the Lotus Petal. That doesn't seem very good, though. Fatal Push Bowmasters. Resolves. Makes Opposition Agent a threat again. Okay, I'm drawing live. Fatal Push, not bad. Let's try hitting for 1. I want to reserve these for the creatures. I don't have to worry too much about getting comboed if I just run Agent out right now. They drew Daze. That's a bummer. Damn. They got me good on that bluff. And then Impluted Delta was the draw. Really holding on to that Duress. Makes sense. Force of Will. Good draw. They can just strip it with Duress, though, when they want to go off. So let's cast Strix here. Bolt. Okay. Man. If I'd played around Daze, I would have been in such better shape this game. Spinning Thoughtseize. Brainstorm. We know they have Undercity Sewers in hand. I'm going to Red Blast this. And I hope I don't regret it. Are they not going to play out that Underground Sea? Okay. Deck does need resources. But yeah, they don't want to budge on that Duress. Flusterstorm, such a good draw. Five-turn clock if I can weaponize the Lightning Bolt. Cycle Street Wraith. Glad they didn't hardcast that. Did you Swamp? Now it's time to Duress. If I Bolt in response... I mean, if they take Bolt, I think we're in pretty good shape. They're working with Dark Ritual, Force of Will right now. If I cast something unacceptable, they could Dark Ritual and then cast Force of Will. But yeah, I don't have a lot of time to do it. Oh my god. They had enough. They had enough. Holy crap. Alright. MRSJ, you might be onto something. I mean, you always are, of course, but man, we crushed this league. Played against some tough decks, too. And I'm sorry I made some mistakes, but hopefully I honed in well enough there. Oh, man. That really took it out of me. I do love Magus of the Moon. I think it's a pretty baller card that has not been explored enough in Grixis control. Mostly because of the Kolaghan's command synergy. Like, if you want that kind of effect, obviously Blood Moon is a lot more stable and harder to interact with, but having a creature is really cool. And then felt a little weird not having 4 lightning bolts, but you know, we made it work. Dauthi Voidwalker, I think there's some tension between this and Magus of the Moon, because you don't often want two swamps. They're in the deck for a very specific reason. They're part of the deck's mana base for a very specific reason, but you don't always like want it as part of your setup. And yeah, I love Spell Pierce. Love Narset. Blue Blast was fun too. I haven't run Blue Blast myself in a long time just because I feel like the red matchups are already really good. But, I mean, it's hard to argue with Blue Blast. Plague Engineer was great to play that card again. Yeah, I think this really opened my eyes in a lot of ways. I mean, like I always say, every trophy is like, it's a small miracle in some way. Like, our opponent, maybe we wouldn't have trophied at all if our opponent flipped their Delver in game 1, match 4 there, because we would have lost that game. We were dead on board. And then who knows what would have happened post-sideboard. Who knows how we would have gotten matched up after that. You know, the universe would have went in a different direction. But it's kind of hard to argue with these facts. We got 4 2-0 matches, and then we dropped a game against Blue-Black Tempo, which I also said in a recent video that I'm not very good at fighting Blue-Black Tempo, because they're a lot trickier than a normal Delver deck, and also Nethergoyf. That card is a problem, although we didn't run into it this time. I hope they fix this soon. It's always really funny having to resize everything. Alright, I think that's it for now. MRSJ, you sent in an incredible list. Great job. Hopefully you find that cut soon, or if you just like playing 61 cards, that's cool too. I would recommend maybe this third Dauthi Voidwalker is a bit much, and you could run 60 like that and be pretty happy, I think. So yeah, check out the Patreon if you want me to play your deck, or if you just want to support me, I would really appreciate it. It goes a long way. And like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Keep the Grixis stream alive. This was tons of fun. I'll see you next time.